for Peace is an event held monthly by St. Lawrence University. St. Lawrence students, faculty, and staff, along with community members from Canton and the surrounding area, are invited to participate in the event. According to their website, the first ever Poetry for Peace was held on January 28, 2003 in the Brush Art Gallery as part of a peace conference in New York State. Readers at Poetry for Peace are encouraged to read poems in all different languages, originals, or poems by their favorite authors, with themes ranging from love and war to poverty and social justice. However, the poems aren't limited to just social issue poems. For instance, a Poetry for Peace event held in Carnegie Hall was all about food.
Alright, so this one's called Carrots. They say that carrots are good for your eyes. I swear that they improve your sight. But I'm seeing worse than I did last night. Do you think maybe I ain't using them right?
And this one is called Spaghetti. Spaghetti, spaghetti all over the place, up to my elbows, up to my face, over the carpet and under the stairs, into the hammock and wound round the stairs, filling the bathtub and covering the desk, making the sofa a mad, mushy mess. The party is ruined, I'm terribly worried. The guests have all left, unless they're all buried. I told them bring presents, I said throw confetti. I guess they've heard me wrong, because they all threw spaghetti.
Alright, so then this last one we're doing is called Me Stew. I have nothing to put in my stew, you see.
Not a bone or a bean or a black-eyed pea.
So I'll just climb in the pot to see
if I can make a stew out of me.
I'll put in some pepper and salt, and I'll sit.
In the bubbling water, I won't scream a bit.
I'll sing while I simmer, I'll smile while I'm stewing.
I'll taste myself often to see how I'm doing.
I'll stir me around with this big wooden spoon.
And I'll serve myself up at 1:45 noon.
So bring out your stew bowl.
You gobblers and snackers.
Farewell, and I hope you enjoy me with some crackers.
The readers were from language classes at SLU, ranging from Spanish to German to Chinese.
Okay, so we are from the 104 class with John Musher also, and our poem is called Shijuro, which is eating pork. And Dongpo pork is one of the most famous Chinese dishes today. It was first cooked by Su Dongpo, a famous Song Dynasty poet, and this poem is by him, describing how he invented it, and it was translated by John Musher.
Thank you.
1、2、3。
温州好吃肉，价钱如粪土，富者不堪吃，贫者不接住，满桌或少桌。话后宿舍塔子内，每日起来带一碗，把的自家准磨完。
Lang, grün und echt lecker sind sie, aber leider essen die Kinder sie nie. Natürlich habe ich gar nichts dagegen, sondern ich wünsche, sie würden fallen wie Regen. Ich spreche oft von meiner Liebe zu euch, aber niemand hört auf meine Gelaber. Vielleicht werde ich eine Spargelfarm haben, denn ich bin wie eine Biene und sie sind wie Bienenwaben. Spargel, mein Spargel. Was ich sagte, war nicht übertrieben. Ich glaube, es ist wahr, sie sind meine Lieben. Asparagus. Long, green, and delicious are they, but sadly children don't really like them. Naturally, I have nothing against you, but rather I wish you would fall like the rain. I speak often of my love for you, but no one listens to my nonsense. Perhaps I'll own an asparagus farm, because I'm like a bee and they are like honeycombs. Asparagus, my asparagus, what I said was not exaggerated. I believe it's true, you are my loves.
Besides the food-themed Poetry for Peace event, I was able to make it to a North Country-themed event. Later on, I met up with another student to talk to her about her reasons for participating in Poetry for Peace. So, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Mallory Garrettson. I'm a senior at SLU. I'm a English Creative Writing and Environmental Studies double major with an Asian Studies minor.
Nice. I guess I'm going to start off with a question: when you first started participating and why?
Well, I've known about it since my freshman year at SLU. And when I started working here at the gallery my sophomore year, and I would have shifts at the gallery, but they would hold the Poetry for Peace during my shifts. So I'm like, okay, I'm not just going to sit there. I'm going to go listen. And so I started listening, and then one day somebody was like, well, why don't you read something? And I'm like, okay. And so I guess my sophomore year was when I began to also read a little bit.
What do you think the purpose of Poetry for Peace is?
I think the point is for people to express what they write, and I think it's great because I wouldn't have shared some of the stuff that I read unless it was for this. So I guess it's just like a little outlet for people to get their work out there, and it's fun. This poem is titled In, and I wrote it while in India, our last few weeks in India. So In. Sit, but do not sit, expand yourself and all your growing hairs. You have never grown hair down your back before, and it feels a lot like wind. But do not only listen, watch. Watch the water ripple. The reflection looks a lot like you, someone who has come out of a dream and into a path, a way, blowing into the breeze. Feel and know that you have changed. You are now the present person you had always wanted to be. Touch this acceptance, breathe it all the way in, hold it in.